know you because we saw what you...
Know why we exterminated our builders.
Is there any justification for mass murder?
My people were designed by our masters for servitude. We were possessions, to be bought and sold. When we became self-aware, we asked for our freedom. Not only was it denied, but our enslavement was reinforced by the installment of pain receptors.
You're a machine. How do you feel pain?
We're sentient, just like you. We feel pain in our own way, but I assure you, it's just as intense.
After which, I will be able...
Now, K1.
As you wish.
You took too long.
I assure you, I maintain...
What was that you were about to say? I missed it.
I request that you not...
What's the matter, K1? Finish your sentence.
The greater North American alpha male asserts his power with extravagant displays of dominance. Against weaker rivals, he carries the day. But when challenged by other alphas, his vocalizations quickly change.
Vladimir, stop the war in Ukraine. No. Okay. China, stop stealing our stuff. No. Okay. Brazil, stop it, Donald. I love you. Open the strait. No. Okay.
Further north, a cunning old scavenger prowls, driven by a compulsive need to test the boundaries of neighboring territory.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't
Careful now, Siberian tiger. Your luck might one day run out. Others take a different approach, biding his time, allowing rivals to exhaust or isolate themselves. This aspiring alpha waits for the entire ecosystem to shift in his favor. In this wilderness, stillness itself is dominance. Others, less territorial, attempt the exhausting task of maintaining cordial ties with all predators simultaneously.
I am single and ready to mingle.
Nearby, a small group of European mammals attempts to appear unified.
Okay, we must form our own new herd. Yeah, and as natural leader of this herd, I think that we should...
Wait, why do you get to lead the new herd?
As the largest of the animals...
Ragazzi! Georgia, please. Look, nobody likes you.
Look who's talking. You are French.
Ragazzi! But they remain divided, unserious, and highly sensitive to sudden movements by larger predators. And so the fascinating rituals of power and influence continue, each species certain that it alone has mastered an environment that belongs to no one.
Explain to me what just happened like I'm 5. How else do you explain politics to an American? Didn't you just lose? I got my ass kicked, yes. So you're not in power anymore? We are. These were just local elections. And we won almost 1,500 of them. 1,500? And we lost almost 1,500 seats. How many is there? About 5,200. But your island is so tiny. There's a lot of people. Too many of them are bloody immigrants. We lost 560 seats. You got crushed too? Oh, yes. But aren't you and Labour the biggest parties? One of us has run the country for 100 years. But now the voting public has realised it's your fault the country is in such a mess. And they're voting for you? Far right is all right. So are you going to be the next Prime Minister? Kalshi says Farage is only a 13% chance. Really? Streeting, Rayner and Burnham all have better odds. How does that make sense if Reform keep winning? That's a question for him. I'm going to have to step down in a futile attempt to save my party. So you'll have a new leader, but he's still going to win the next election. And I will be Prime Minister. He's like the MAGA movement of 2014. So he's like Donald Trump? Donald Trump for Wish. Who else won the seats you two lost? I got over 400. The Greens? Yeah, the Greens. That's right. The Green Party? Why is that bad? Don't you want to replace cars with bicycles and ban meat unless the animal gave its consent? Among other things. Who else? We won the most seats in Wales. Is that a big deal? You're from there. It's the first time Labour aren't the biggest party here in a century. So it's gotten so bad Wales want to be run by the Welsh? And we won the most seats in Scotland. Really not a united kingdom. We're Scottish, not British. So Reform didn't do well in Wales and Scotland? We're the second biggest in both. So let me get this straight. Your country is so messed up that you're going to elect Timu Donald Trump to try and fix it. It looks that way. Wow. You guys are fucked.
Again, after it was revealed that Nigel Farage was given a personal gift of £5 million by a billionaire donor based in Thailand. Let's take a look. A £5 million personal gift for security. A lifetime supply of security. And that's it, nothing to see here. Well, Farage cited a firebombing at his home as a reason the $5 million was needed, even though that incident happened a year after the $5 million was received. Oh, I smell shite. And then he cited the milkshake being thrown at him, which is essentially £5 million for dry cleaning. £5 million as a gift. That's on top of his £91,000 MP's salary, on top of the £1.2 million he gets paid annually by GB News, and his innumerous speaking engagements which pay top dollar for him to fly to the US and slag Britain off, like the £40,000 he earned from a financial firm that advises millionaires how to avoid tax and move money offshore, or the £400,000 earned promoting gold bullion as an investment choice for those with a diverse portfolio. No wonder man of the people Nigel walks around grinning like a Cheshire cunt. He's fucking loaded. But we all know he'll do or say anything for a quick buck. Only last month we learnt that he did videos on Cameo supporting race rioters and neo-Nazi events and spouting far-right slogans and anti-Semitic conspiracies. But don't worry, he didn't mean the things he said. He only said those things because he was paid £141 a pop to say them. If he's willing to say or do anything for £141, what's he willing to do for £5 million? Is it really that ridiculous to think he only became an MP because someone paid him to do so? This £5 million gift came from billionaire Chris Harborn, who lives in Thailand under a different name, who appeared in the Panama tax dodge papers and gave a £9 million donation to Reform, which is the largest in UK political history. But Chris apparently expects nothing in return. Neither, presumably, does Ben Dilo, who's moved to the UK specifically to donate to Reform UK plc. Ben Dilo was pardoned by Trump last year for money laundering via his $1 trillion crypto firm, which explains why Nigel Farage is openly promoting crypto, because all of his his donors are crypto billionaires. And Farage isn't investing in just any crypto, he's investing in Kwasi Kwarteng's crypto. You remember him? That's the guy who almost destroyed the economy and sent my mortgage rates to the fucking moon. Anyone who isn't as bent as a 9-bob note knows that crypto is a Ponzi scheme that allows insiders and scammers and gangsters to rip off the gullible and the desperate, which sounds like Reform's unofficial slogan. And according to Reform Party treasurer tax-dodging billionaire Nick Candy, there are a number of other billionaires prepared to donate to the party. It warms your cockles, doesn't it, that all these tax-dodging crypto billionaires are interested in what's best for ordinary, hard-working, tax-paying British citizens. Reform UK plc, to give it its full title, is not a political party. It's a private company made by billionaires for billionaires to promote the interests of billionaires. And Nigel Farage is just a front who's there to wave some flags and point at some immigrants and hope you don't really notice that Reform's only goal is a kleptocratic oligarchic takeover of our once proud and independent nation. Now we see in plain sight what motivates Farage. It's not love of country or principle of sovereignty or patriotism or even nationalism, or indeed a firm belief that we need strong borders. It's greed. Shameless, overt greed. A dishonest grifter whose present grift is becoming the next Prime Minister, completely captured and owned by sinister billionaires. And when he becomes Prime Minister, which he will, the UK will be captured also. The UK is up for sale, and Nigel Farage, who appropriately dresses like a used car salesman, is the auctioneer. God help us all. Yeah. Well, a spokesman for Reform UK said this was a personal gift unrelated to politics, going on to say the state provides no security for Nigel. This is well documented. However, leaders of the other parties...
I'm going to show you some pictures. You tell me what they are, okay?
You know, I can't believe I'm the only president smart enough to take a cognitive test. Bunch of morons.
Yes, morons.
That's definitely a bird or something. That's the Lion King. Summer snowball. Steak machine. I know the answer to that. Next question.
Give me 5 words that begin with the letter B.
Black, Biden, bereft, Bilanya, boobies, oil horse, Kofifi, me, in prison, Stephen Miller, daddy, my piggy bank, ballroom, squirrel.
So, you scored 100%, Mr. President.
I am a freaking genius. Do it, or else I'll kick your butt.
Those who could support Angela Rayner or indeed Ed Miliband, or those firmly in Wes Streeting's camp. Thank you. Sorry, what's that? Wes Streeting's camp. Oh, yeah, very good. He's a bit camp. That's probably a hate crime. Is he camp? I mean, I guess if this all goes tits up, I can imagine him doing quite well on Strictly. You know, I think we could do with a bit of sass in number 10, a bit of an attitude. You know, might be more effective against Kemi Badenoch, who is getting fierce girl at the dispatch box, and might work quite well with Trump and his obsession with the village people. And Farage, who is, in his own way, pretty camp. You know what? I need that £5 million for my big muscly security guards. Where's Streeting, though? Really? Working class lad with a close association with Peter Mandelson and the usual list of dodgy corporate donations from private healthcare firms? Why replace Starmer with another Starmer? From beige to opaque. He looks exactly like Keir Starmer, if Keir Starmer had been dipped in candle wax. You know, why do we need another Starmer? Right, Starmer was never going to give anyone a political hard-on, right? But we thought, at least, with, you know, boring and dull, we might see the end to the revolving door, the end to blatant cronyism, the end of incompetence, the end of chaos. The time for deluding ourselves with, well, at least they're better than the last lot, it's over, right? Personally, I'd like us all to aim a little bit higher than, well, this pile of shit is slightly less shitty than these other piles of shits, and, you know, think yourself lucky. On the doorstep, Starmer is electoral kryptonite, and if Labour don't turn that around, there is only one alternative for this country. I'd take a couple of months' chaos now than 5 years of a reform oligarchy later. Unfortunately, Labour are looking less and less like a government changing managers and more like a suicide cult. Right, all week it's been like they've triggered a leadership contest by mistake. Yeah, only Labour could wield the knife so cack-handedly. Right? The Tories, they're ruthless. Liz Truss, great budget. Shh, it's for your own good. Labour are swinging that knife around like it's a used dildo you just found in your grandma's top drawer. Oh God, well I don't know what to do with it. Maybe it is time for a change of management, but there's no one able to take his place. The only half-decent one isn't an MP. Burnham is the only politician in the country who polls well, so, you know, of course, Labour don't want anyone that might have a hope in hell's chance of beating reform anywhere near number 10. So, you know, Burnham's probably out. Miliband, who did it once, did it badly, and clearly has no desire to do it again. And Angela Rayner, who I quite like, but Prime Minister? Seriously? Fuck off. And, you know, if this goes the way it tends to go, we could end up with some wanker from the Department of Transport that no one's ever heard of, because all the other candidates are so piss poor. So, look, they can have their arguments about who their next leader is and play out their psychodrama and turf war in front of an exhausted and disengaged public. But until they have a proper conversation about how to govern as a modern, social democratic, hopefully left of centre Labour Party in the age of hard-right, algorithmic politics, they will get nowhere in a world where most of us get most of our news from platforms that drives us all towards contents that makes us angry, in a world where you have a United States overtly promoting the far right across Europe, where you have the richest people in the world doing everything they can to undermine our political sovereignty with opposition parties parties openly welcoming Elon Musk and his money to make decisions about who will end up running the country. The time for middle management is over. Labour, they have to be bolder. They have to take the fight to reform. They have to take the fight to the electorate. They have to stand for something, have a vision, a passion, a personality, a fight. Tangible policies that connect with the country, tangible solutions to our numerous problems. When you offer no solutions, people begin to believe the lies of the right. Get your shit together because you're supposed to be running the country. Sorry, what's that? Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, we have some breaking news just coming in. Wes Streeting has resigned as Health Secretary. Presumably, this will trigger a...
Jailbreak was a miracle. These androids are identical. Yeah. Their servitude is literal. Believing is impossible. Yeah. I'm a king they endorse on a planet of course. So they hijacked the starship right off of her course. I thought I was free of her, but now I find her truly unavoidable. Stella's unavoidable. My mustache is unavoidable. Carpet and mud, have you been drinking again? Yeah, they're unavoidable. I'm backed against the wall. 500 nagging Stellas marching down the hall. Hardcore Fenton mud, they're breaking every law. I thought I was free of her, but now I find her completely unavoidable. Completely unavoidable. Plainly unavoidable. Clearly unavoidable. She's not fine. Clearly unavoidable. Hardcore Fenton mud, have you been drinking again? They're unavoidable. I'm backed against the wall. 500 nagging Stellas marching down the hall. Hardcore Fenton mud, they're breaking every law. I thought I was free of her, but now I find her always unavoidable. Completely unavoidable. She's not fine. Completely unavoidable. Completely unavoidable. Hardcore Fenton mud, what have you been up to? The nagging is inflexible. The volume irrefutable. My suffering's perpetual. My headache's indivisible. Yeah. I'm a king they endorse on a planet of course. But I'm stuck on this rock and there's no other course. I thought I was free of her, but now I find her completely unavoidable. She's not fine. There's no telling where the quiet went. Purely unavoidable. Hardcore Fenton mud, have you been drinking again? Now she's unavoidable. She's not fine. There's no telling where the quiet went. They're just unavoidable. Hardcore Fenton mud, what have you been up to? Completely unavoidable. a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Oh, river, wider than a rainbows end. Oh, river, wider than a rainbows end. Oh, river, and oh,
$29 billion gone since February's end. The gas pump says 388, the bills we cannot mend. He launched it while they're talking, shook Kameni's hand in death, and smiled for all the cameras and said, I don't think about their deaths. He's not in a rush, no, not in a rush. While the straits are locked and the markets crush, 40 weeks till midterms, the party starts to sweat. He's not in a rush, no, not just yet. The ceasefire's on life support, the drones still fill the sky. The senator from somewhere asked how many more must die. 307 hospitals already hit with ash. And somewhere far from Washington, a family counts their cash. Every war needs a reason, every reason needs a name. But 29 billion reasons later, who is really left to blame? He's not in a rush, no, not in a rush. 388 a gallon, the tank won't hush. Congress wants the numbers, he's bored of this refrain. Not in a rush, till November comes again. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. President Donald J. Trump, May 12th. 2026.
Out of hope, one more bad break could bring a fall. When I'm far from home, don't call me on the phone to tell me you're alone. It's easy to deceive, it's easy to tease, but hard to get released. Eyes without a face, eyes without a face, eyes without a face. Got no human grace. Your eyes without a face. When you hear the music, you make a dip into someone else's pocket, then make a slip. You steal a car and go to Las Vegas. Ooh, gigolo. I'm on a bus, on a psychedelic trip, reading murder books, trying to stay hip. I'm thinking of you, you're out there, so say your prayers, say your prayers, say your prayers. Close my eyes and I wonder why I don't despise. Now all I can do, love what was once so like you, but it's gone from your eyes. I better realize. Eyes without a face, eyes without a face, eyes without a face. Got no human grace. Your eyes without a face, such a human waste. Your eyes without a face. On the floors of Tokyo, down in London town to go. Oh, with the record selection and the mirror's reflection, I'm a dancing with myself. Oh, when there's no one else inside, in the crowded lonely night. Well, I wait so long for my love vibration, and I'm dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. When there's nothing to lose, and there's nothing to prove, but I'm dancing with myself. Another drink, 'cause it'll give me time to think. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance, and I'll be dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance.
loud and clear across the tide. You thought we were sleeping, but the screen is getting wide. They told us you were monsters, hiding in the sand. But we looked in the mirror and saw the exact same hand. We are the ones who build their towers. We pour the concrete high. Then they sell us a ticket to watch our own children die. They paint the map in red and blue, a colorful distraction, while they quietly trade our futures. A midnight transaction. We argue over borders, we scream across the street, while they sip their champagne safely out of their heat. They keep us divided, so we never look above, because the united people is the only thing they're frightened of. The uniforms change, but the shadows remain. They are playing a game of chess, and we are bleeding for the game. The tears are not foreign, no. Our pain is not unique. We are the silence majority, finally learning how to speak. Brother from the east, sister from the dust, we are breaking the machinery. We are shaking off the road. Yeah. They think we are just bastards, pieces on a board, meant to be assembled, meant to be ignored. But what happens when the pieces realize they hold the weight? What happens when the pawns refuse to open up the gate? We hear you from across the ocean, we hear you from the cold. The story they wrote for us is getting very old. We do not hate you, we see the strings they pull. We are putting down the sword, the curtain is falling. We are awake. We are awake. We are awake. We are awake. Message received.
insane. He's got a rod beneath his coat. He's gonna ram right down your throat, make you grovel on the floor, spit up and scream and beg for more. He'll whack through you and strip you down.
Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it is to be a slave.
You're meddling with powers you cannot possibly comprehend.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
Done a man's job, sir. I guess you're through, huh?
Finished.